ओके तूने जिस तरीके से बोला ना हाँ हाँ ठीक है, नाउ आई गेट इट अच्छा, talking about nothing but standards on auditing, firstly SA 580 and thereafter SA 570. Firstly, when I talk about 580, 580 is on written representation. Can you tell me this, who gives to whom? Management gives it to the auditor. Acha, management will give on its own or auditor will have to make a request? Auditor will make a request. So can I say first the auditor will request the management, batao, give me something in writing. When they give something in writing to the auditor, can I say that is known as a written representation? Acha, written representation, form and content. What should be the form? What should be the content? When you talk about written representation, can I say it should be in paper form? Can I say it should be addressed to whom? Auditor. Acha, and it should be received when? Towards the beginning of the audit or end of audit? Towards the end of audit. And when I say it should be received towards the end of audit, after signing the report or before signing the report? Correct, before signing the report. Thereafter, when you people talk about its content, basically there are contents are simple, 4 contents. Auditor should take a written representation from the management stating that the preparation of financial statements is their responsibility. Auditor should take a written representation from the management stating that they have given him all the information explanation. Auditor should take a written representation in writing from the management stating that all the transactions have been properly recorded in the financial statements. And lastly, as required by the auditor. If you people remember, I had given you an example of stock, if you remember. For a simple example, I hope as obviously auditor has to check whether management has conducted physical verification properly or not. Obviously, can I say that is only possible if the auditor goes to the go down to verify whether what they are doing is correct or not. Supposing if I tell you go down is in the containment zone, then it is not possible for the auditor to go because it is a threat to the safety of the auditor. So ultimately for the auditor, he is unable to check that. If he is unable to check that, then what is the best thing? Correct. Take a written representation from the management. That management, we cannot go there. So tum batao in writing that whatever is the stock stated by you in the balance sheet is correct. So at the end, can I say for us, it acts as an audit evidence. Acha, but think, supposing if it was not a containment zone, is it okay if I just take a written representation? No. So written representation, can it substitute verification? No. Is it sufficient audit evidence on its own? No. I hope as it is more of a supporting evidence. I hope as it is not the main role in the film. I hope as it is just a supporting actor. So ultimately, I hope as it is not sufficient on its own. Also, when you talk about written representation, think and answer. Written representation, are they books of accounts? No. Are they financial statements? No. Are there other information? Yes. So it is neither books of accounts nor financial statements. It is just other information. Asha, talking about written representation, who requested whom? Auditor requested management. Management, batao. Say management are not batawing. It means ultimately management are telling no. They are refusing. If they refuse like this, you will tell like that, okay. No. Can I say you'll have to take certain steps? Correct. First step, inquire with the management. Try to know the reasons. Management. Batao. Perfect. Batao. Why are you not giving us that written representation? So try to know the reasons for refusal. If they don't give you proper justification, you move to top level, known as TCWG. So you do PAP. What is PAP? Performing alternate audit procedures. And finally, the impact will be on the auditor's opinion. All cools? Wait, who is telling no? Management. If management told you no like this, then it means you will now rely on management more or less? Less. So can I say you have to re-evaluate? What would you have to re-evaluate? The integrity placed on the management. And whatever information they have given you up till now, will you now trust it blindly? No. Can I say now it will be, now something or other suspicious, you people will find. All cools? Acha. Uh, what if I tell you that management's integrity is not that good and you got the written representation? Will you rely blindly? No. If the management's integrity competence is not very high, can I say there is a doubt over the reliability? One more thing. What if I tell you there is inconsistency in information? Supposing if I tell you that in the stock, in the balance sheet, if I tell you in the balance sheet stock is 1 lakh, but say they gave you a written representation only of 70,000. Is it matching? No. Is it inconsistent? Yes. If there are inconsistencies in written representation, are they reliable? No. Obviously, I require consistency, no? If this is 1 lakh, this also should be 1 lakh only. Only then it is consistent, only then I can take a written representation. Else it is not matching only. It means it is a misstatement. All cools? So if it is not reliable, what do you do? Very simple. Always remember, whenever you are stuck, what you should do? PAP. What is PAP? Perform alternate audit procedures. And lastly, the impact will be on the auditor's opinion. So see, written representation, take it from the management and DCWG. Firstly, regarding preparation of financial statements, it is in order to support other audit evidence. They are not books of accounts of financial statements. They should be paper form addressed to the auditor. It should be taken at the end of audit, but before signing the report. Apart from that, when you talk about the reliability, it is not sufficient enough on its own. It cannot substitute verification. Wherever it is possible, please do that. It is more of a supporting evidence. So it's not a main actor like you. Similarly, I hope as management's refusal to provide written representation. First, try to know the reasons why are they telling. So inquire with the management. You do PAP, go to TCWG, reevaluate integrity to be placed on the management. You will rely less on them, just like nobody relies on you. And lastly, impact will be on the auditor's opinion. All cool. All cool. Okay. Thereafter, we people did SA 570. Now I have not opened the textbook. Why? Chummaya. Now I have to open SA 570 for you now. Okay, you should have opened earlier on. I know, right? Shut up. Now, when I talk about SA 570, it is on going concern. Think and tell me, who will make assessment of going concern first? Management. Correct. Auditor will have to check whether management's assessment is proper or not. If you people remember, when you talk about going concern now, I hope realize assessment has to be made by the management first. Now, obviously, when the management is making assessment, can I say they should consider a period of 12 months minimum? If they have not considered a period of 12 months, can I say then 12 months auditor should tell to consider that as a minimum period? Thereafter, whatever is the information on which they have made an assessment, that same information should be available with the auditor. If there is certain information which is only available to them but not the auditor, then auditor should be made aware of such information. Also, whenever they make a cash flow forecast, in simple words, cash budget, which you have done in your FM syllabus, then ultimately I hope realize when you make that cash flow forecast, you people utilize information, you people make assumptions. Then whether that information, whether that assumptions, whether they are proper or not, that ultimately that is reasonable or not, that has to be checked by the auditor. But in examinations, normally what do they ask you? Do they ask you this evaluation of feasibility of management's assessment? Normally, no. What they ask you is these parts: indicators of material uncertainty. Now, if you people remember, I had told you there are certain indicators which indicate there is uncertainty about going concern. If you remember, there were three: financial indicators, operating indicators, other indicators. All cool? Now, obviously, we people have marked, okay, whatever were there. Wait, I'll take that marking wala book only. Where's the marking wala book? Yeah, too many batches now. I know. Ah, ayo, Papa. See, this one. See? Financial indicators, operating indicators, other indicators. You can have your whatever is your favorite, but yes, you have to remember at least 6 to 8. 8 as a minimum. All cools? All cools. Come on, let's begin with something new now. Enough. Take a fresh page. This is clumsier. That's so rude. It's clumsy, it seems, yeah? Huh. As if you are bloody organized. Look at yourself. Take a fresh page. Give the heading. Write down. Chapter 11. Auditor's report. Mm-hmm. 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 Auditor's report normally comes in the examination on an average for 2 to 8 marks. Why do I say 2 to 8? It is because 2 marks they ask for correct, incorrect, and 8 marks they ask you entire question. Sometimes they ask you four mark short notes also. In between, I'll keep on telling you whatever are the short notes, etc. Everything. Hmm. Now listen. Oi. Don't copy anything, because anyways later on I'll tell you to copy. I'll tell you to nothing but write it down. But as of now, I want you to just pay attention. Okay, listen very carefully. Now, when you people talk about nothing but auditor's report, if you remember, I started this when I did the first chapter of auditing, the first introduction lecture of auditing. If you people remember, in that I told you the objectives of auditing. Basically, there are two objectives, primary and secondary. Primary objective of the auditor is to form and express an opinion whether the financial statements are showing a true and fair view. Secondary is to detect and prevent frauds and errors. Now, if you remember the primary objective, what was it? Two words I had told you: form and express an opinion. Now use common sense. Huh? When I say form, can I say it is to conclude? Now express, correct, is by reporting. So basically, how will the auditor express whatever he has concluded? By giving a report. So can I say auditor will have to basically prepare a report? Acha, can he prepare the report as he wants to prepare? No. Will there be a specific format? Yes. Will there be nothing but the elements in the report? Yes. Who has told this? SA 700. So SA 700 has given you nothing but what should be nothing but the elements inside the report. What are the elements that I'll tell you shortly. Slowly and steadily, we are going to do everything of auditor's report. So basically, you should know that the auditor's report, the content is given by SA 700. How many standards we are going to do here? Let me tell you that also. We are going to do SA 700, 705, 706, then there is 701, and later on 710. This we are going to take up later. Apart from that, all these which are remaining, we are going to finish it off today. Out of that, one link has already come, which is SA 700. Acha. What is on what, that also I'll tell you shortly. How to remember also, I'll tell you some nonsense. But as of now, focus. I'm just telling you the scope. Now, also when I say auditor's report, if you people appreciate, it is nothing but the auditor's duty to report, plus it is also his right to report. If you people remember, air gives life. Hello. When I say air gives life, AIR, R stands for correct. It is a right of the auditor to report to the members, report to the shareholders. So can I say, obviously, when I say auditor's report, can I say it is a right of the auditor to report? And obviously it is a duty of the auditor to report. Duty to report on certain matters, duty to inquire on certain matters. So not only it is a right, it is also a duty. Acha, can it be a right and duty both? Yes. I hope as we saw that in case of a general meeting also. It is a right to attend general meeting. Section 146 made it a duty also to attend general meeting. Similarly, reporting is also both. All cools? All cools. Now, you have to understand the different types of auditors report. Now, when I say different types of auditors report, always remember one thing. Any type of report is based on something. Report is basically opinion. No. Can you tell me it is based on what? Information. Perfect. That information is known as what? Audit evidence. Perfect. But that audit evidence should be how? Sufficient and appropriate. So can I say basically whenever you are talking about your auditor's report, always remember it is always based on CE. Is this okay? Okay. Now a bit more ahead. Focus properly. When you people are talking about audit report, or you can say audit opinion also, hardly matters because that's the main thing after all in the report. Your auditor's report is basically of two types. Which two types? One, unmodified. Now, second one, come on, yeah. Modified. The only thing that you people know are opposites. Still, it is like this. I don't know why. Wait, huh? Today is which day? Yeah? 7th. No. Okay, listen. Now, some people are wondering, what are you doing here? What happened here? Shut up and pay attention. Huh? Gossip. So, one is unmodified, other is modified. Now, when you talk about unmodified, unmodified is also known as clean report. Which report? Clean report. Now, use common sense. If this is clean, that is unclean, dirty. Look at your brains. Look how pathetic they are. Huh? Ultimately, it is unclean. Huh? So ultimately, when you give that dirty report to the shareholder, what will the shareholder do? Now he will clean and he will read. You dash. Unclean, it seems. Huh. Modified is of three types. One, adverse. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Means it is like you. Negative. Acha. If, are yaar. Acha, if one is negative, come on, yaar. Other is, come on, one is negative, other is positive. No, qualified. Oh, but now lose common sense. If one is qualified, the last is disqualified. No, it is disclaimer of opinion. So many times you were wrong, yeah. Because in life there are other things also than opposites. No, dash. These are the different types now. Huh. Now focus properly. So basically, when I say different types of report, wait, basic two types: unmodified, modified. Unmodified, clean, modified, three types: adverse, qualified, disclaimer of opinion. Obviously, we will understand one by one. Before even we understand one by one, I'll make a reference to the standard on auditing. Your audit opinion is covered by SA 700. So as per SA 700, it is the objective of the auditor to form and report the opinion. So SA 700 is basically to give an opinion. SA 705 is to modify the opinion. So whatever modifications are covered now, it is covered in nothing but SA 705. Now how to remember? See, very simple. Huh? What is SA 700 on? Behave yourself. Huh? Can I say SA 700 is to give an opinion? What is 705 on? To modify the opinion. Modify the opinion. Hello? Same only, no? Yeah. So see how to remember. Oh, 5. This is nice, yeah. You don't have any space for creativity on earth, yeah. Why are you like this, yeah? Huh? Oh my God, who's this? Oh my God. Look at Big Boss. Big Boss, Big Boss, Big Boss. Big Boss has sent the message 5 times or only I have received it 5 times. 5 times, no. Big Boss is also repeating. Nobody's listening now. Why, yeah? Keep your videos on, yeah. Who is looking at you, yeah? Nobody, yeah. Exactly, yeah. So rude. If it was offline lectures, you would have come like this. No, you would have shown your dash face. No, then then listen. No, listen. Acha. So ultimately, how to remember? Oh, 5. Other things I'll tell you later. Now shut up. 700 is to give an opinion. 705 is to modify the opinion. All cools? All cools. Now we'll have to understand one by one. Firstly, which report? Clean report. Now, as the name suggests, clean report. Think and answer. Huh? What do you think? Will there be true and fair view? Yes. So can I say definitely in a clean report, there is true and fair view? Think and answer like this only. It means here the frauds and errors are too much or they are very low. Very low. It means here there are material misstatements or immaterial misstatements. Immaterial misstatements. Correct. You understand misstatements? If you remember, I told you before also, misstatement in simple two words is frauds and errors. Arey Baba, think now. What do you mean by misstatement? Misstatement means anything which is not properly stated. Now, why it will not be properly stated? Either on intention or by a mistake. If it is on intention, then it's a fraud. If it is by mistake, it's an error. So eventually, when you talk about misstatement, in other words, it is frauds and errors. Now, my simple question, when you're talking about clean report, definitely there's true and fair view. So it means here there are material misstatements or immaterial misstatements. Immaterial misstatements. It means there are hardly any reservations with the management. You understand reservations, disagreement. We had seen the word reservation before when I did cost audit in company audit. In cost audit, there was reporting. The cost auditor has to report to the BOD within nothing but I hope as 180 days from the closure of the financial year in form CRA 3 along with any reservations and suggestions if any. So basically when I say reservations, reservations means disagreement. So supposing I, the auditor, have reservations against the management, it means I disagree with them. Supposing they are telling they have followed, but when I check, I see it has not been followed. So ultimately I have reservations with the management. Now do you understand? Think and answer. In a clean report, what do you think? Reservations will be too many or they'll hardly be there? They'll hardly be there. Correct. Now think here, in real life, issue of such type of reports, clean report. will be common or it will be rare? Rare, correct. You know why rare? It is because I hope realize when I say immaterial misstatements, you are telling that there are no misstatements at all almost. There is never a company where there are no misstatements at all. I hope realize there are misstatements always. Huh, they are definitely to an acceptable level, but definitely there are misstatements. Here though they are telling there are almost no misstatements. That is hardly possible. All cool? All cool. Come on. Now we come to modified. Modified is covered by SA 705. 705 modify. Correct. That is how you remember. Okay. 55. Acha. Now when I say 705 is to modify, first is adverse. Now as the name suggests, adverse, negative. Can I say this is opposite of clean? When I say this is opposite of clean, think and answer. True and fair view is there or not there? Not there. So there is no true and fair view. Acha. Here there are immaterial misstatements or material. Material. In fact, they are so material, they are so much in nature that ultimately I hope realize the financial statements are majorly misstatements. For a simple example, if at all the total financial statements are worth 10 crores, out of that you can say 8.5 to 9 crores is misstatement. It means misstatement has a minor impact or a major impact. Major impact. That is known as pervasive. Oh, English, pervasive. What is pervasive? Pervasive means major effect on the financial statements. Pervasive on its own is major effect, but obviously here it is major effect on the financial statements. Now see, people have been entering into the waiting rooms because ultimately Big Boss has started to make them enter into the waiting room. Trust me, this is not an interesting waiting room, because this is the waiting room where only you are waiting. Sometimes waiting rooms are good enough because there is somebody else who is waiting. So you may find somebody nice, but here ultimately I hope you will find yourself not nice. So when you know yourself, then why do you want to go to the waiting room? Keep your video on here. Unnecessarily, two things will happen. One, you will not enjoy being in the waiting room alone. Secondly, you will miss here also. And I will not explain again. So shut up, keep your video on and pay attention. I'm not looking at you, yeah, bus. I promise I'll not look at you, bus. Yeah, I promise. Even if I look at you, I'll ignore. Bus. You think I take a magnifying glass and I sit like this to see how everybody looks? Huh? I wish for some cases, but then you think I do that? No. Then, then pay attention. Exactly. What was I saying? Yeah. और नहीं तो क्या यार चुम्मा यार I should have been there now in person now. I would have for a ride, really. Listen what I was saying. Yeah, here there are so many misstatements. No, so many. Oh, you. Ultimately, I hope they have a major effect on the financial statements. When I say they have a major effect on the financial statements, can I say it is known as pervasive? Pervasive means major effect. So here the misstatements are less or they are too many? They are too many. All cool? Think and answer. Huh? Issue of such type of reports will be common or rare? This type of reports will also be rare. Some people are like common. Negativity is common everywhere. Yeah. Why? Yeah. Why this will be? Array, this also is rare only. I'll tell you why. If you people appreciate both of them are extremes, no. See, what is clean? Clean is like 100% true and fair view. What is adverse? Adverse is like 0% true and fair view. Clean, no misstatements at all. Adverse, misstatements, all. It means both of them are extremes. Now, if you people appreciate, extremes are always rare, no? When you give exam, I hope as 100 marks paper. What are the two extremes? 0 marks and 100 marks. I hope realize you always get something in between, no? 0 marks and 100 marks are rare. I'm not telling they don't come. For you, maybe 0 is no, not common, right? It is rare, right? Exactly. So basically, 0 and 100 are rare. No, yeah, both of them. Since both of them are rare, these two are also rare. Now, do you understand? Huh. Come on, next one. Next one is qualified. You know what is qualified? Qualified is basically like a mid report. It is a mid report between clean and adverse. Means, hear carefully, financial statements are where you bothered who can. You do your work now. Financial statements are showing a true and fair view, but there are material misstatements also. But they are not having a major impact on the financial statements. Ayo. It means misstatements are there. They are material. Hello. It means I hope realize Out of say 10 crores, there may be somewhere around 50 lakhs, 1 CR worth of fraud. But 90% of things are right, no? When I say 90% worth of things are right, use common sense. Then that is okay, no? Then it is definitely showing a true and fair view, no? Anyways, you don't have to show 100% view. Hello, you have to give a true and fair view. So can I say apart from those 10%, definitely financial statements are showing a true and fair view? It means, are there material misstatements here also? Yes. Are they showing true and fair view still? Yes. But are the material misstatements pervasive? No. It means they are not having a major effect on the financial statements. They are material misstatements, but they are not pervasive in nature. You understand the difference between adverse and qualified? It means there are material misstatements. Agreed, they are material. It may affect my decision, but I hope realize they are not that much that I give a negative report. But if I find material misstatements too much, where ultimately I hope realize I only see misstatements whenever I check, then it will be adverse. But when I'm checking, I don't find misstatements that much, but I found, but not everywhere. Then ultimately it will be qualified. I hope you understood. Yeah. Wait. Now, I will just tell you the reports basically, not the headings, qualified, adverse, or clean. I will tell you what they mean. You tell me what report I'm talking about. Okay, think and answer. Financial statements are not showing a true and fair view. Which report am I talking about? Adverse, correct. So supposing if I give you a statement like this, we the auditors after examining the financial statements have come to a conclusion that the financial statements are not showing a true and fair view. Adverse, okay. We the auditors after checking the financial statements and after obtaining all the relevant information and explanation, we have come to a conclusion that financial statements are showing a true and fair view. Clean. Okay. We, the auditor, after checking the financial statements, have come to a conclusion that the financial statements are showing a true and fair view subject to certain misstatements. I'm talking about qualified. Now, do you understand the difference? See, here there are no misstatements almost at all. Here there are misstatements, but they are not that much in nature, and therefore it is qualified. All cool? All cool. Okay. And disclaimer of opinion. Now, first question. What do you mean by disclaiming? Come on, tell me. If I tell you disclaim, what do you mean by disclaiming? Come on, answers. Warning, okay. So basically, Big Boss is disclaiming you, but you are not hearing. Okay. Caution, okay. A word of caution, huh? Like a spoiler. Spoiler. You are a spoiler. Okay, okay. Smoking is injurious to health. Wow. Who are you, government? You are issuing in public interest. Prior notice, sort of. Okay. Note. Achha. So basically, whenever I give you notes, so those are disclaims. No. We are not responsible for any bad. Achha, you are responsible for only good. Like that. Look at you. Have you done anything good? No, no. Then reveal something, subject to something material enough. Rejection. Oh, that you must have come across so many number of times in life. Rejection, it seems. Some are like the one that comes before the movie. That is disclaimer. Ah, nice. Specifying something. Okay, now shut up. Enough. Enough of your dash answers. It means nothing of whatever you have told. Yeah. Basically, when I say disclaiming, what do you mean by disclaiming? Very carefully. Disclaiming in simple other words is not to claim. Oh, repeating. Disclaiming in simple words is not to claim. Are you mad when you get a disclaimer before the movie? What are they doing? They are not claiming whatever has happened during the movie. So if anything, whichever you see any resemblance and etc. is fiction, no, work of fiction. So ultimately, they are not claiming that, no. That is the meaning of disclaimer. What they have done is disclaimer. They have given a disclaimer, but what are they doing by giving that? What they are doing is not claiming that. Now, do you understand? Now, what is the auditor not going to claim? Opinion. Now, why he will not be able to claim his opinion? Reason. What is your opinion based on? Saying. Correct. Now, supposing if I tell you there is no saying, I could not obtain saying. Then do I have information? No. Can I give an opinion? No. Can I claim an opinion? No. Then what will I do? I will disclaim the opinion. I'll give you a simple example in what cases it may happen. Hear carefully. Say for a simple example, the books of accounts of the company are taken away by the tax authorities for scrutiny purposes. You understand? Scrutiny, checking. So tax authority took it away. Think and answer. Are books here? No. Are they there? Yes. Will I go there and check? No. Will I get info? No. Can I claim an opinion? No. Can I give an opinion? No. Then what should I do? Disclaim an opinion. Take one more example. Say books of accounts are destroyed by fire. Books of accounts are destroyed by fire. Will you check the books of accounts? Huh? How will you check? Like this? 10,000, debit, like this you will check. Huh? Are you so desperate in life to check? I mean, at least books of accounts you are desperate to check, if not anything. Then use then use then use common sense. You're not that desperate to check books of accounts. Who are fiery books of accounts? Hello. Then ultimately use common sense. Will I get info? No. Will I give an opinion? No. Can I claim an opinion? No. Then what do? You give a disclaimer of opinion. Now do you understand? So come on. Now finish whatever I say. It means whenever there is no information, it is not possible for the auditor to give an opinion in such a situation. The auditor should give a disclaimer of opinion. Perfect. So disclaimer of opinion is basically given for the lack of information. Now do you understand? So basically, disclaimer of opinion normally comes in what situation? When there is no say. And when there is no say, what you people do is you disclaim an opinion. All cool. By the way, there is no sufficient information. There may be some info, but there is no sufficient info. I hope you understand the difference between both. Huh? For a simple example, I'm hungry. I got some food. I did not get sufficient to fill my stomach. These are different things. I got some info. Books of accounts, everything is not taken by the tax authority. Something is still with the company. Everything is not destroyed by fire. Some pages are left. So eventually you have some info. But I hope then you will have to check whether on that some info you are able to give an opinion or not. All cools? All cools. See, if you know this basic chart now, only then you will know the main chart of auditor's report. Now some are wondering, this is not the main chart? No. This is the basic chart. Now come on, first answer this, then we go ahead. Auditor's opinion basically how many types? Come on, yeah. Chill. Come on, one is unmodified, other is modified. Acha, audit opinion is covered by SA 700. How do you remember? Modified is 705. How do you remember? 5. Thereafter, unmodified, clean report. Modified 3 types. Adverse qualified, disclaimer. Unmodified, true and fair view. Clean, immaterial misstatement. Acha, what about modified? Adverse. Adverse, no true and fair view. Material misstatement. Oh, too many. Only misstatements. Oh, pervasive. Too much. Major effect. Acha, qualified, mid report. Between nothing but clean and adverse. So ultimately it is scoring 40, 50, 60, 70. So ultimately true and fair view. Material misstatements. Yes. Pervasive. Not pervasive. They are there. Acha, by the way, can I say this will be the most common report? On the other hand, disclaimer of opinion. Disclaim means not to claim. Acha, why will the auditor not claim? Because there is no say. If there is no say, no info. No info, no opinion. No opinion, claim opinion. No. Then disclaimer opinion. All cools? All cools. Okay. What I want you all to do is, you all have given the heading, right? See, auditor's report or opinion. This is, if you want to copy that, that also is fine. But I've already brought for you writing like this. This is covered by SA 700 and your modification is covered by SA 705. This part now, this what I have written, you will not understand now. I still have to explain to you when this will come. Slowly and steadily I will tell to you. Don't worry. Okay. Now, unmodified, clean report, modified 3, adverse, qualified, and disclaimer of opinion. Now, important to understand is whenever the auditor gives these 2 types of reports, can I say obviously there are misstatements? So obviously, can I say there is a negative impact? Whenever there is a negative impact, it is the duty of the auditor to give the reasons why he has given such a report. And that he has to give under section, if I'm not wrong, 143.4. Where we had done this, wait, I will make a link also. Don't worry. Everything will link it together. Come on here, Hoodie Baba, take me to the correct page, Hoodie Baba. It never goes to the correct page. Yeah, I don't know. Some things in life, they don't add up at all. Yeah, you try as much as you want to. Like I tried so much to get a rank here. I never got it here. I don't know why. Don't look at me like that. I'm not that dash. As much as you think I may be. You don't think that way, right? I mean, I don't give a damn about it, but then still. You're like, why are you like this? You know? I don't know. Yeah, inherent limitations. See, love to dil say. You remember? I'd asked you from where do you do love, and you were taking a while to even think from where do you do love, and thereafter some seconds you found out, oh yes, from heart. Why did it take time for you to decide here from where you love? Acha. See, here it is. Duty to state reasons. No, no, I was finding this, hence I was talking to you. What do you think? I'm that free to talk to you? I'm jobless like you? No, no. It is duty. It is duty to state reasons for negative report. See, so if there is any negative remark in the report, the auditor will have to give reason. Nah. Then ultimately, I hope realize that reasons are given under 143.4. Nah. If you see negative report, negative is adverse report. And if you see qualification, qualified report, you following. That is only what I told. No? Did I tell you something else? So ultimately, I hope as when he gives adverse and qualified under section 143.4, he has to give the reasons. All cool? All cool. First, I want you to copy this much from here till here. Acha, if you so wish, you can take this also down if you are, but I'll still tell not this is not required for a reason. Anyways, after this, you have to copy this chart, which is the main chart. So in that main chart, anyways, this will come. This whatever I wrote, no wait, where did it go? This all. But still, if you wish to copy this, I'll keep this then. I have no problems. Take this. It's okay. Fair enough. Yeah, this is like a quick revisionary also. You may say so. Still, they are putting the people in waiting room. Why do you want to go there? Yeah? Why? Yeah, why? Yeah. Huh? Somebody's there. No, no, then. Have you ever done things like that? That somebody is there, you miss something for someone? No? What have you done here in life? We are doing CA. Excuse me. Look at it. Dania. They're like, you try. You try so fast. Okay, sorry. I thought you were fast here. No, no. It's raining, yeah. And I have to take lecture for you. Both of them are not matching here. I had it 6:30 in the morning also today. Yeah, that other batch. They, that other batch, I think that Hyderabad students are there. In that, they are one lecture ahead of you. But tomorrow, everything will be at par. Par, par, par. इस पार या उस पार कभी आर कभी पार ओ हो कितनी जल्दी ऐसा कैसे इतनी फास्ट कैसे तू हाउ कम या हाउ इनहेरेंट लिमिटेशन advantage exactly this is not a limitation okay how come you realize everything I say I know advantage for me as well and +1 done yeah you're like shut up yeah okay okay कुछ तो आ रहा है आया 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 कहाँ आया एंटर तो करना बराबर अरे ऐसा नहीं यार ये गलत है दानिया Nicosi without the I. Done. Vishal, what's up, Vishal? Done, Vishal. No, why? Yeah. The headphones are cool, yeah, Vishal. They're so cool. It seems not more of a CA student, more of somebody who is in video games here. Huh? I know. Look at you. It's like you're there for a competition of video games rather than chartered accountancy. Who will tell you are a chartered accountant student here? Look at those headphones here. How come here? I know. Somo, you're still not copying a Somo. Still took a screenshot. Style. Horrible. Come on, yeah, done, yeah. Okay. Now we have to go to the most important chart of nothing but auditor's report. Trust me, if you know this chart, no, at least a bit, you will be able to answer that part. Okay. Now hear carefully. Listen. Now, when I talk about audit opinion, you already know audit opinion depends on saying. So there are two options with the auditor. Either the say is obtained or it is not obtained. Okay. So either you got say or you did not get say. Okay. Supposing you got say, when will you get say? From the financial statements normally. So when you have financial statements access, can I say you can obtain sufficient and appropriate audit evidence? Now, what will the auditor check? Focus up properly. Don't copy. I will give you immense time to copy. I want you to really by heart and learn this absolutely carefully. Listen carefully. Now, once you have obtained say, what the auditor will check? Auditor will basically check the effects of uncorrected misstatements. Now, I want you to understand the meaning of this uncorrected misstatements. Very simple, yeah. What do you mean by uncorrected misstatements? Supposing if I'm the auditor, I'm checking the financial statements. I will come across frauds and errors. So I will come across financial statements, misstatements. Whenever I see misstatements, who will correct them? Management. I will not correct. Hello, I'm auditor. My job is to check. My job is not to rectify. Rectification will happen by them. Hello, I'm a watchdog, not a bloodhound. So I will not do anything. So whenever I see misstatements, I will make a list and I will tell to the management, misstatement. Come on, rectify. Go. So they have to rectify. Now, obviously, they may rectify, they may not rectify. If they did not rectify, it means the misstatements are corrected or uncorrected. Uncorrected. That is what I'm talking about. See, effects of uncorrected misstatements. So I am talking only about those misstatements which are uncorrected. Because if they are corrected, then there is no problem. But if they are uncorrected, there is a problem. Now, do you understand? Okay. Now, once I know, okay, this is a list of all uncorrected misstatements. I will have to check whether they are material or not. Supposing if they are immaterial, they are hardly there, then obviously my report will differ. And if they are material, my report will differ. So next what I will check, materiality effect. What is the effect of materiality? Two options arise. All of these uncorrected misstatements, either individually or collectively, they are immaterial, or individually or collectively, they are material. Now you will have to think and answer. If those uncorrected misstatements are immaterial, can you tell me which type of a report will you give? Think, see, accumulation is immaterial. Come on, yaar. Immaterial misstatements, which type of report will you give? Som correct, Vishal correct, Ovia correct, Sanya correct, Log correct, Hari correct, Sandhya correct, everybody correct. Can I say what you'll have to give is a clean report? Why clean? Arey Baba, your accumulation is immaterial, no? It means hardly there are misstatements. Arey, that's why I told you, see, this is important. If you people just focus properly, when you give a true and fair view, when you give a clean report, only when there are immaterial misstatements, no? If there are material misstatements, it will be something else, no? All cool? Okay, now focus on properly. Now, next part. All these uncorrected misstatements, individually or aggregate, okay, together, accumulation, is material. Not only material, wait, it is also pervasive. You understand pervasive? Major effect on the financial statements. Come on, which opinion shall I give? Correct. Can I say if it is material and pervasive? I will give an adverse report. Asha, accumulation is material. Misstatements are material, but they are not pervasive. It does not have a major impact. Then I will give qualified. Perfect. I hope you followed. Wait, try to at least understand this much. When do you give adverse? When do you give qualified? See, firstly, The auditor will give an adverse opinion when having obtained say. See, say obtained. Having obtained say, auditor makes a conclusion that the effect of uncorrected misstatements is material and pervasive. You understood what I told? What? Having, see, this is having obtained say, the auditor makes a conclusion that the effects of uncorrected misstatements is material and pervasive. Then it will be adverse. Acha, when does it give qualified? Come on, can you tell me statement? Correct. The auditor, having obtained say, makes a conclusion that the effects of uncorrected misstatements are material but not pervasive. Perfect. Now do you understand? Okay. Now come on the other side. Other side, if you have a look, it is say not obtained. So having obtained say or having not obtained say? Not obtained say. Important, I don't have sufficient info, but I may have some info. Can I say definitely there is a difference? On some information, still you can base an opinion, no? See, it is something like this. I want to judge a restaurant. I may not have ordered the entire menu, whatever they have, but I may have ordered something. On that something, I can give an opinion on the restaurant. No? But obviously, overall opinion depends on the entire menu. Supposing they are offering 3 type of cuisines. Now I hope as I have only ordered one type of cuisine. On one type of cuisine, I know that restaurant is how. But I hope realize actual overall, you have to taste all the cuisines to give a proper opinion. So ultimately, sufficient is all the 3. Some information is one out of that 3. For example, now do you understand? Okay, now listen carefully. Now say not obtained. Then what do you check? You check possible effects. Oh. Difference of what? Undetected misstatements. Now see, there is a difference. See properly. On the left hand side, there are effects of uncorrected misstatements. Here there are possible effects of undetected misstatements. Wait, what do you mean by that? Hear carefully. When I say undetected misstatements, what do you mean by that? Array, you don't have say, you don't have information. If you don't have information and you have to give an opinion, then you will only think on the possibility, no? What will happen? For a simple example, how many cuisines did I taste? 1. How many did I not taste? 2. Now, that 2 I have not tasted, but still I have to give an opinion. Then what will I do? I will think, no? Okay. Then those 2 cuisines also can be nothing but good enough. Like that. So I will think on the possibility of them, no? Whether they will be good or whether they'll be bad. Wait, have I tasted? No. So have I detected anything? No. So it is undetected. Similarly, did I check those financial statements with the tax authorities? No. Did I check the financial statements which was lost due to fire? No. But still, do I have to give some opinion? Yes. Then what will I do? Like that. Now do you understand? Okay. Now, supposing if I tell you like this, think, I tasted one cuisine. I did not taste all the 3. But that one cuisine was really good. Then what will you think of the other 2? Correct. You may think of the other 2. They also may be reasonable. So ultimately, depending on that some information, you can judge the other, no? It is like looking at the children. People decide what the parents are. Correct? But obviously, sometimes there's a huge difference. Look at you. Nobody is able to make a judgment. So similar. So similarly, I hope you realize like that only. So depending on that one cuisine, I'm deciding what the other 2 will be. Agreed? Now, one thing is for sure, I will never decide like this. The other 2 will be the best. Hello, I will never think like that because I'm auditor. My job is to be skeptical. My job is not to tell, are best. No. Obviously, I may have some doubts, no? So ultimately, will I tell the financial statements which I'm not checking? Will I tell no misstatements? Free. No. So immateriality will never come into picture. So only materiality will come into picture. So there are 2 options. Hear carefully. 1. It will be either material and pervasive, or it will be material but not pervasive. Now hear carefully what I'm telling. What you have not checked, you are thinking it may be material but not pervasive. Then which type of opinion will you give? Come on here, it is simple. Correct. What you will also give is qualified. Do you agree? Why? I tasted one cuisine. It was nice. I tasted one cuisine. The other two cuisines also, I believe them to be nice. But there may be some misstatements. Since there may be some misstatements, clean report I cannot give. Then ultimately, if that one cuisine was nice, I did not find many misstatements. I may tell that other also will be like that only. I may give qualified. All cool? Now this is the best one. You tasted only one cuisine, other two you did not. But I hope as in that one cuisine, you people got many misstatements. Some info you got many misstatements. So you may think like this also, no? In other cuisines also there'll be many misstatements. Is it sure? Will it be like that? Should you give directly a negative report? Okay, other two cuisines are also nonsensical? No. Then it is better not to give a report, no? Then if it is better not to give a report, which report should you give? Correct. Then the report that you should give should be disclaimer. Not bad, yeah? You have some brains working sometimes, yeah? How come, yeah? How come? See, if you cannot give an opinion, it is always better to disclaim an opinion, no? See, if you people appreciate, this situation itself is very rare, yeah? Why will say not be obtained? Acha. Also, what is rare is this part. In fact, this is the rarest of all. I'll tell you why. I told you normally disclaimer is given when the books of accounts are destroyed by fire. Array, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, fire happens. Acha, they're taken away by income tax authority. Array, they come every now and then. Tax authority. No. So ultimately, I hope what you are talking about are the rare situations. They involve a lot of uncertainties, and therefore disclaimer is very rare. But definitely say not obtained itself is very rare. Obviously, there will be saying. So this is something which is common. And in that, what is most common is qualified. Come on, yaar. I hope you followed. Wait, let me see how much you followed. Wait. Firstly, auditor's opinion depends on say obtained, say not obtained. Okay. Wait. Say you obtained, say not obtained. Okay. Now say you obtained. Then what do you check? You check the effects of uncorrected misstatements. Uncorrected means there are misstatements. You told them to correct. They did not correct. They are rude, ultimately uncorrected. Now what will you check? You'll check the effect of materiality. Either the accumulation will be immaterial or it will be material. Obviously, either individually or collectively in aggregate. Okay. If it is immaterial, it is hardly there. Clean. If it is material, oh yo, wait. Then you will have to go further to check whether it is material and pervasive or it is material but not pervasive. If it is material and pervasive, adverse. If it is material but not pervasive, okay, qualified. Okay, second, say not obtained. When say is not obtained, what do you check? You check the possible effects of undetected misstatements. Possible means obviously you have to think yourself now. Can I say that depends upon the professional judgment of the auditor? Okay. Obviously, everything depends on the professional judgment of the auditor. Mad, whether it is pervasive or not, that also depends on the auditor's judgment. No, I will have to decide whether it has a major effect on the financial statements or not. No? So obviously, it depends on auditor's professional judgment. Now, the possible effects of undetected misstatement, detected, undetected, not uncorrected, because you are not able to detect because you don't have the information. So two options, either material and pervasive or material but not pervasive. If you feel it is material but not pervasive, because there are not too many misstatements in whatever information you have, then you may give qualified. But if you think it may be material and pervasive, then rather than giving a negative report, which you are not sure about, it is better not to give an opinion. You give a disclaimer of opinion. I hope you followed. Okay. Now see, just have a look at the chart properly because now I'm going to ask you certain questions. Okay. Acha, by the way, when will you give disclaimer? Can you just form a statement? The auditor, not having obtained say, makes a conclusion that the possible effects of undetected misstatements is what? Material and pervasive. Perfect. Now do you understand? Come on. I want you to wait. If you want to make a short note, it is Rahul. Sorry, it's okay. So having obtained say or not obtained say, and thereafter next word conclusion. Okay. So having obtained say, having not obtained say, auditor makes a conclusion that effects of that possible effects of. Okay. Conclusion that wait, I'll write that also so that for you it becomes more simpler. Okay, now listen. Oi, just have a look at the chart. Copy it later. Don't copy now. I'll tell you when to copy. Relax. First, have a look at the chart because I want to ask you questions. Look at it properly. Huh? All cool? Ah, बोलता है, हाँ. What is it? Yeah, so simple. Yeah, Rahul. What? Yeah, ask no. Okay. Say auditor has obtained sale, and there are immaterial misstatements. Come on, which report? Should be simple. Yeah, clean. Ah, not bad. Very fast. Very fast. Okay. Okay. Say auditor has obtained sale, and there are material misstatements. Come on, now tell. Santhya barabar. Santhya correct. Tanishka, good question. Hariharan correct. Preeti correct. Sanket correct. Shweta absolute wrong. Mahalakshmi correct. Saundarya correct. Raman correct. Who's this? Oh, gone in the wind. If you people appreciate, there are two answers to this which are possible. Either it will be qualified or it will be adverse. See, I just told you there are material misstatements. I did not tell you whether they are pervasive or not. If you people focus here properly, I hope realize this is also material. This is also material. But I hope realize that is material and pervasive. This is material but not pervasive. Supposing in exam they ask you a question that what are the, see, this is what, this is situation. And this is the report, no? What you have to give. Supposing they give you a situation that auditor has obtained saying and he concludes there are material misstatements. What type of a report he should give? Your answer should be both qualified or adverse. Your answer cannot be one because I hope as if there are material misstatements, there are two possibilities. Come on, yeah. Okay, come on. Next one. Supposing if I tell you there is saying there are material misstatements and they are pervasive. Come on, yeah. This is simple now. Correct. Can I say adverse? Okay. There are material misstatements, say you obtain, but they are not pervasive. Can I say they are qualified? Come on, yeah. Okay. Now, next one important. There is no say. Come on, what to do? There is no saying. Can I say disclaimer of opinion? Yes or no? Yes or no? Yes or no? Disclaimer, disclaimer. Yeah, disclaimer, disclaimer. Santhya correct. Vedvali correct. Nikhil correct. Obia correct. Tanishka correct. Somu correct. Array dash, it is not disclaimer. It is disclaimer or qualified. That is why I told you, you should be attentive. You are like, huh, ask me, ask. See, when there is no say dash, if you check, there are two possibilities, disclaimer or qualified, because that depends upon what is the possible effect of undetected no material and pervasive or material but not pervasive. Sheh, sheh. So when there is no say, it is not only disclaimer, disclaimer or qualified. I hope you followed. Come on, yeah. Okay. Last two questions. Come on, let's see, huh? No say plus the possible effects of undetected misstatements are material and pervasive. Come on, yeah. Ah, can I say this is simple? Yeah. Disclaimer. Same thing if I tell, but if I say material but not pervasive, can I say it will be qualified? Come on, yeah. Okay. Now what I want you all to do is listen carefully. I want you all to focus here for two things. One, check where there is qualified report. Check where all is there qualified report. Correct. Can I say two places? Hello. Which two places dash? Can I say this is place one? This is place two. Acha. Can you tell me in what situations did you give qualified? Check properly. when there is information and the auditor concludes that the effect of uncorrected misstatements is material but not pervasive. Or when there is no information, but auditor concludes that possible effects of undetected is also material but not pervasive. It means whenever you see one thing, what, correct. Whenever you see material but not pervasive, I hope as it is always qualified. Always. Whether information is obtained or not obtained. I hope as even if say is there, then also qualified. Even if there is no say, then also qualified. I hope you followed. Okay. Now, next thing that you have to properly observe is there was modified opinion, no modified, which color to take here. Sometimes I'm confused in the colors here. That's a problem in life. When there are too many options, you get confused, right? Option should be less sometimes to select. Which angle are you talking about? Why do you, I thought of that angle. You think I think like that? I always. Acha, now listen. What is the shame in that? Now listen carefully. What was I saying? Listen, observe. Now, if you check properly now, here we had done modified. How many types are there? Adverse, qualified, disclaimer, correct? So if you just focus here, see, this is also modified. This is also modified. This is also modified. And this is also modified. Can I say only your clean report, this is unmodified? Do you agree? Now check properly. Check properly. What situations have you given modified opinion? Which situations do you see? Check. First situation is clear. There is no say. When there is no say, check. It is either disclaimer or either qualified. But can I say disclaimer or modified? Or disclaimer or qualified? They are modified only. Come on, yeah. Okay. What is the second situation? Check. Second situation is when there is say and there are material misstatements. See, they are also material. They are also material. I'm not talking about pervasive or not pervasive. Whenever there are material misstatements, check. It is always modified. It means you issue modified under how many situations? 2. 1. When the financial statements have material misstatements. Acha, can I just make a statement in reverse order like this? Listen. When the financial statements are not free from material misstatements. Arey, what do you mean by financial statements are not free? Not free means they have material misstatements. And secondly, when the auditor has not obtained, say, all cool? Now see what I had written here above in this circle. Modified opinion, when do you issue? When say is there and material misstatements are there. And second situation, when there is no say. Now do you understand? That's why I told you, leave it to me. Everything will get linked, but that is my job. Let me do my job because I'm doing it. Also, is it trial and error for you? No. Already tried, tested. Okay. All cools? This chart is one of the very, very important charts that we have in your entire auditing syllabus for a simple reason that questions are asked here on short notes as well as correct, incorrect. I'll tell you how. Listen, how correct, incorrect is asked. I will just tell, else you will just not think. Okay, I'll just tell here carefully. The auditor issues an adverse opinion when the auditor, having obtained a say, concludes that the effects of uncorrected misstatements are material but not pervasive. Correct or incorrect? Incorrect. I told he issues adverse report. Does he give adverse report? No. In this situation, he has to give qualified. Correct. So ultimately, you have to write incorrect and you have to write the auditor issues qualified opinion in that case. I hope you followed. Acha, next. The auditor issues a disclaimer of opinion in a situation where he concludes that the say not obtained, he concludes that the possible effects of undetected misstatements are material but not pervasive. No. Can I say he has to issue qualified? He issues disclaimer when it is material and pervasive. Like this, they ask you 2 marks correct, incorrect questions. Will you be able to answer? Okay. Come on, copy it. Finish it. The most important one. Now, this notes, see what I've written is, this is a note on pervasive ray. If you just check here now, the star pervasive means this major effect. And these are like short note stars. Wait, I'll just show. This is one star, another star, another star. This is that star. That page number is different. Huh? So that page number you don't write. I'll make you write properly. First, you just copy the chart. Again, they are doing this entered waiting room and all that. Yeah, what's your problem? Yeah, you're so irritating, man. So irritating. Hey, you all have not copied the above charter. First chart you have not copied. I already told you to copy. I gave you time to copy. I was talking to you. What are you doing here? Oh, you're also talking to me. Dash. Copy. People find this difficult here. Can I say it is very manageable here? Not difficult here. Chama. Yeah. No, obviously, it is due to someone that it is easy. But then, yeah, where am I taking any credit anyways? You don't know, humble. Humility has to be there, right? How can you not be humble and like shut up? Okay, okay, okay. Hmm. Hmm. Danya, they're like it's an important chart. You just shut your mouth and let us copy. Okay. Yeah, I was like, I'll just talk to you for a couple of minutes like that. What's happening? Hmm. Ah, many new faces today. How come? Yeah. Huh? Uvan. That is how we pronounce your name, Uvan. Afra, why are you so much in darkness here? Why do you live in darkness here so much? Ah, finally. We have Suhas. Newcomer Suhas. Then keep your dash face there only, no? So nice you are looking. Huh? Mukilan. That is how you pronounce your name, Mukilan. What's the meaning of Mukilan? Yeah? First time ever I have heard that name here on earth. Mukilan. What is this Mukilan? बोले तेरे को क्या पंचायत अरे ऐसे ही में बैठे हैं तो क्या करेगा ऐसे ही है तो लास्ट oh Mukilan means earth hey just a while back we had your day yeah Mukilan 3rd of June happy Mukilan day yeah how are you yeah Mukilan you're struggling yeah you're just rotating it seems yeah nothing is decent inside you on your atmosphere yeah what's wrong with you yeah Mukilan treat yourself yeah Mukilan it was nice so Maya where have you shown yours yeah I was just talking here to people Dania अब क्या करेगी क्या अब क्या अब तो हो गया शर्म भी आती है तेरे को शर्म होती है एक शर्म नामक कोई चीज होती है पता है तेरे को लाइफ में हाँ नहीं ना तो लगा ही मेरे को भी हाँ, उधर होता ना ऐसा मार खाती ना मुकला Danya. Like, shut up. Shri has already finished. Shri is also very fast. What's up, Shri? She was just relaxing a bit. And then he's like, oh my God, sir, has just seen. Oh, here I am. Blessy. How did you get your name, yeah? Blessy. How such a fancy name anybody thought, you know? How can anybody even tell you God bless you, you know? You're already blessy. God bless you, blessy. That's so weird to tell also. How come, yeah? Mom, dad kept. Yeah, because they were blessed with you. Yeah. So they were blessed, no? Why are you blessed? they they should change their name, no surname to whatsoever. Like it was Rahul Blessy. Very fancy, yeah. Blessy. Exactly. Come on, yeah, do fast, yeah. We have one more. We have to mark this. Then we have one more question to do. Then we take the break. And then the rest of the questions. बोलते हाँ break is important. Shut up. You come for break or you come for lecture in the first place? Yeah. बोलते break. No, that's like very rude. Very rude, blunt, upfront, honest. How can you become a chartered accountant like this? Yeah? Arey, what scroll down? It is this much only. What scroll down you're doing here? Star points. Wait, no, I have to still mark your star. Copy, Baba, copy. Don't write the page number. Copy. Copy the stars. The stars have fallen to the ground. तारे ज़मीन पे। चल कॉपी कर स्टार किया क्या तुमने पीना बंद कर अभी खत्म भी नहीं हो रहा है कब से आ रहा है इतना कैसा पैसा है बे? कि इतना ऐसा दिया है तूने कि खत्म नहीं हो रहा है हम लोग को तो खत्म हो जाता है 2 मिनट में Dania. Come to the textbook, please. Can you tell me where the chapter is? It is after this only. Wait, I'll find. For youth, obviously, the page numbers will be different. No, you're big peoples. Yeah, big peoples, no degree. So, sorry. They're like, you are very rude, bro. I know, I know. Page number 341 as per some assumed to be reliable sources. They are assumed because otherwise they aren't. Acha. You will find SA 700 then. Did you find it? Come on, start marking. SA 700 objective is one, to form an opinion. Second, to express that opinion. Based on evaluation, evaluation is checking, obviously, from the audit evidence obtained and express clearly that opinion through a written report. Solid now. Dania. Thereafter, this also is an important question, comes in the examination for 5 marks. What is it? We will come to it shortly. Once we people finish whatever we have done up till now. बस हो गया अभी. Now, तो क्या बस पर. I want you to come here to point 2, SA705. Mark this very important. This comes in the examination for 2 to 4 marks. 2 marks as a correct, incorrect question. and 4 marks as an entire short note. Write a short note on qualified opinion, write a short note on adverse, like that. By the way, listen, clean they've never asked. Qualified under how many situations you have given? Check. 2 situations, correct. Can I say this is 1, this is 2? Do you agree? So see, when you have qualified, have a look. How many points should be there? 2. So see, there is point 1, there is point 2. Now have a look, properly, please. Qualified opinion, firstly, when do you issue? Firstly, auditor having obtained sufficient appropriate audit evidence. So having obtained, say, he concludes that misstatements, individually or in aggregate, are material but not pervasive to the financial statements. Secondly, the auditor is unable to obtain, say, on which to base his opinion, but he concludes that the possible effects of undetected misstatements, if any, could be material but not pervasive. I hope you are able to answer, boss. I hope you realize this is when there is a saying, this is when there is no saying. Acha, when do you give adverse? Oi, dash. When you have obtained say, and when correct, you conclude that the effect of uncorrected misstatements, material and pervasive. Correct. So see, adverse opinion, what have they written? The auditor shall express an adverse opinion when, having obtained say, he concludes that the misstatements, individually or in aggregate, are both material and pervasive to the financial statements. I'm telling you now, if you know that chart now, trust me, you will know the entire chapter basically. The crux of it, the types of report. You'll never go wrong. Achha. And thereafter, we people have disclaimer of opinion. Achha, when do you give disclaimer? Oi. When there is no say, and the auditor concludes that the possible effects of undetected misstatements are material and pervasive. Perfect. Have a look. See, the auditor shall disclaim an opinion when the auditor is unable to obtain, say, on which to base his opinion, and the auditor concludes that the possible effects of undetected misstatements could be both material and pervasive. Hmm. Hmm. Acha, by the way, disclaimer of opinion is common or rare? Rare. So see, in extremely rare circumstances, the auditor shall disclaim an opinion involving multiple uncertainties. I told you also. Everybody till here? Acha, one more thing. Whenever the auditor gives a modified opinion, modified he gives under 2 situations, which I told to you. One situation is when saying is there and there are material misstatements. Second situation when there is no say. So in either case, he will give modified, no? Whenever the auditor gives a modified opinion, he has to give basis for that modified opinion. So supposing if I'm giving adverse opinion, then I will have to give basis for my adverse opinion. If I'm giving qualified, then basis for qualified opinion. If I'm giving disclaimer, the basis for disclaimer. What will be the basis? Obviously, you are giving an opinion according to standards on auditing. Are yes or no? You are giving the opinion according to standards, no? Acha. Apart from that, if you people appreciate, you are giving an opinion depending on the information that is auditable. So why did you give a disclaimer? So you will write, we were unable to obtain say. Why did you give adverse? You will write, because ultimately we people had nothing but material misstatements which are there, material and pervasive. I hope you followed. So whatever modified opinion he gives, he have to give basis for dash opinion. Dash means adverse, qualified or disclaimer. Because modified includes 3 only, adverse, qualified or disclaimer. Okay. So that is basically the next part, basis for opinion. I will explain you basis for opinion more when I do this question, this part, elements of auditor's report. Because if you check here now, see here there is basis for opinion. I'm talking about that only, which is here. The only thing is in case of modified opinion, he has to give the heading like that. That if it is basis for opinion, then basis for qualified or basis for adverse or basis for disclaimer, like that. and include a description of the matter giving rise to modification. Description means give info. Why did you give this opinion? Like that. Come on, you're all cools. Okay. Last thing before we take the break. Specific evaluations to be done by the auditor for 5 marks. See what I mean by specific evaluation. I'm not showing you the answer. Listen here. When the auditor is giving the opinion, obviously he has to consider certain factors. Then he has to give an opinion about true and fair. What all he will consider? Whether assets and liabilities are properly valued or not, whether everything is properly recorded or not, whether accounting policies are properly followed or not, whether they are properly selected or not, whether they are consistently followed or not, whether financial reporting framework is followed or not, whether ultimately all the disclosures have been properly made or not. Asha, whatever are disclosures of any non-recurring exceptional item, whether they are disclosed or not. Can I say it is very, very simple? Yeah. Disclosure of charges. This we had done somewhere before. If you remember, we had done that true and fair view. In that true and fair view, there were general considerations. 7 points were there. Where to find now? I don't know where to find, to be very honest. Hi, finding will take more time than writing again. No assets and liabilities are overvalued, undervalued. No asset is omitted. No liability is omitted. Charge on assets, if any, should be disclosed properly. Format of the financial statement should be as per applicable FRF. Any non-recurring or exceptional item should be disclosed properly, and selection and application of accounting policy should be consistent. These were the points. All cool? Now, have a look here. They are very similar. Just check. Don't write. Don't write. Waits. I do's. If you checks properly, financial statements adequately disclose all significant accounting policies selected and applied. So accounting policies. Next, accounting policies are consistent. So first you select and apply, then you apply consistently. Bola. First they are telling they are selected properly and you have disclosed every accounting policy, and then accounting policy is consistent. Then accounting estimates made by the management are reasonable. Information which is presented in the financial statements is relevant, reliable, comparable, understandable. The statements which are there, they provide adequate disclosures. That too you already know. Disclosures have to be made. I hope as of charges of any non-recurring or exceptional items. Achha. Thereafter, terminology used in financial statement, including title, is appropriate. For a simple example, if it is P&L account, give the heading P&L account. If it is cash flow, give the heading cash flow. Because a user of financial statement will not understand till he reads whatever it is. So first he has to read the heading and thereafter he has to give the financial statements. If you people appreciate, is it similar? No, yaar. Financial statement should be understandable. Title. Can I say this answer is similar? Similar to what? To general considerations for verifying true and fair view. Now you'll have to tell me the page number in your textbook. General considerations. Page number 92. Just check. Point 11, I think. Just check now which point it is. Point 11 only, no? Page 92. Point 11 of textbook. Now listen carefully. Instead of this, can you write that answer? Yes. See, that is why I told you it's like a relative paper, no? I hope like you can always utilize one answer in various number of questions. Just like I hope as principal aspects can go for true and fair view. Here, instead of this, true and fair view can come. Although wherever possible, please try to write nothing but specific answers only. If they ask you specific evaluations to be done by auditor, what do you mean by evaluations? Checking. Checking when? Obviously, before forming an opinion. It's common sense. Because obviously his opinion is based on the following checking, no? Following evaluations. All cool? Come on, mark this. Comes in the exam now for 5 marks. लक्ष्य देता हूँ. Danya. Okay. Some people just wanted to take this down. I don't know. You can just take a screenshot of it if you so want. कैसा कवर है बिल्ली जैसा. तू है वो. तू ही है. दिखता भी सेम. अरे खत्म नहीं हो रहा है क्या. हॉरिबल. इतना कैसे है मेरे अंदर. नो प्रॉब्लम मैम. After the break, we have basic elements in the auditor's report. Then we have SA 706, which is there, which I told you initially. Just two paragraphs. Then we have SA 701 and basic elements. So three questions to go after the break. All cool? Shall we take break? 10 minutes is fine. Okay. 11:33 then. Come on, odd figure. 33? 43. Somehow like 4 minutes wait. Sure. Fine. Come on, yeah, come back. Okay, listen. The next question that we have is nothing but basic elements in an auditor's report. Now, what do you mean by this question basically? You mean by that when the auditor is writing his report, obviously the report is made up of some things, right? Now, it means I hope realize in the report there are elements, no? They are asking you that only. What are the elements that is made up of auditor's report? So auditor's report is made up of what different elements. That is what you people have to basically write. This have I told? No. Basic elements in auditor's report is also given by SA 700. So SA 700 specifies all the elements which should be there in the report. Now, what all should be there in the report? It requires common sense. So obviously I will have to tell you when when you people talk about nothing but auditor's report, firstly, I hope the report should have a suitable title. Wow, this is so cool. I hope what should be the title? Can I say the title should be auditor's report? Sometimes it is also independent auditor's report. Can I say it means one and the same? Why do you have to give a proper title? You have to give a proper title because that title differentiates this report from the other reports. If you people appreciate in reality, there is also something known as board's report, director's report. Now I hope realize how will a shareholder differentiate which report is whose? Only if there is a suitable title. Supposing if I tell you that institute gives you all study modules without giving the heading of whichever subject it is, you will go mad. In fact, sometimes though, even after telling the subject also, if you open the book, still it is difficult to understand it is the same subject. Forget they're not forget they're not telling you the subject only. So ultimately, can I say it should have a proper title? Up. Acha tha, acha tha. Apart from the title, next address nahi addressee. What address? My place your addressee. When I say addressee, who will be the addressee? Ultimately, share auditor will give a title first, auditor's report. Then he will address to whom? Can I say he will address it to the shareholders? But see, you are telling to the shareholders, you know why? It is because you are thinking that it is an audit of a company. Then it will be to the shareholders. But if I tell you it is not an audit of a company, say it is audit of a trust, then it will go to trustees, cooperative society, then it will go to members, partnership firm, then it will go to partners. Acha, it is just a voluntary audit, then it will go to the management. So basically, I hope realize, can I say your addressee depends on whatever is decided in the terms of engagement. Okay. Apart from that, I hope realize the main thing, opinion. Obviously, when he is giving an opinion, he has to write he is giving opinion for so and so client, so and so period, and obviously he is giving an opinion depending upon all the information. So that he has to write next basis for his opinion. Can I say basis for opinion obviously will be nothing but audit evidence? Can I say apart from that information explanation received from the management, and he will obviously base his opinion depending on the standards on auditing. All cools? Okay. Apart from that, something like going concern basis. I don't know how many of you remember. Today we people had discussed SF570. Can I say auditor has to mention whether the business is a going concern or not? That he will write in his report. Other than that, something known as key audit matters. Now, what are key audit matters? I'll tell you later. Today only. Later means today only. In standard on auditing 701, which I'll tell you later. Okay. Apart from that, management's responsibility to make the financial statements. Auditor has to write a paragraph stating that it is a responsibility of the management to make the financial statements. It is not my responsibility. Then what is auditor's responsibility? To check and give an opinion. Correct. That he will write next. Auditor's responsibility. So he will write what is his responsibility, because I hope that there has to be clear division of responsibilities. So ultimately shareholder should not get confused whose responsibility is what. Okay. Thereafter, other reporting responsibility. Don't write. When I say other reporting responsibility, simple example, additional reporting responsibility. Come on, what comes to the head? Additional reporting responsibility. Caro. If you remember, Caro that we had done was additional reporting responsibility given by the central government. Do you remember? For a bank, there is something like LFAR. This is only for a bank. Obviously, we have not done up till now because audit of banks is chapter is pending. We'll do later. All cools? All cools. Apart from that, can you tell me towards the end what should be here? Sign. So can I say there has to be signature, but then there has to be the date. So there has to be date of signature. Then place. Can I say place of signature? Where you are signing? Always remember whenever you fill up the form, at the end there is always place and date. Place Mumbai, date so and so. So here also there has to be the place as well as the date. But when I say signature, signature obviously if it's a individual, then obviously individual proprietor will sign. If it is a firm, who will sign? Can I say engagement partner? But engagement partner will sign in his personal capacity plus on behalf of the firm. Not only that, can I say they have to mention their membership number? Not only that, what they also have to do is, if there is a firm registration number which is given by ICI, because you have to register your firm, then that firm registration number also should be mentioned. So if individual will sign along with the membership number, just like I have 138-2. Asha, similarly you also have, but you don't have that membership number. You have your student registration number, no? SRO, CRO, whatever, RO. Huh. So here we have membership numbers and form registration number. All cools? So these are the basic elements. Come on, tell me one by one. First is title, next addressee, next opinion, next basis for opinion, next going concern, next key audit matters, next management's responsibility, auditor's responsibility, other reporting responsibility, next signature, place, date, signature. I don't know how many of you know there are two groups which you should make. See, this is group one, this is group two. I'm not talking about your inter CA dash. If you have a look, I hope realize responsibility, signature. So even if they ask you any six, you can write this six. Finished. They are asking any six, you write this six. It's okay. I hope you followed. So see, don't write. I'll tell you. Acha, by the way, did you write like this for short notes on Edwards qualified? Refer page number. What was the page number here? I have not written. People are not helping. Page number 346. Oh, as per some assumed to be reliable sources. All cools? Now listen. See, what are the basic elements in an auditor's report? Obviously, in the answer, if you see it is as per essay 700. The following other thereafter you have title, addressee, basis for dash opinion. That dash is not you, huh? Basis for I hope realize basically modified opinion. Wherever you see dash, please don't assume yourself. Yeah. So ultimately, basis for modified opinion, whatever if it is modified. Going concern key audit management. All cool? Acha. But obviously, yeah, you have come to me. We'll make it a bit simple. There are so many points. I will give you a. It's a bit of a nonsensical key. Now you will be like, "Arey, sir, which key of yours has made sense?" So rude. So rude. I hope that the first key only was so sensible. It's a fact that there are limitations. And you are telling me that which key made sense? Huh? You dash. Huh? Listen. Now, which is a neighboring country? Pakistan. You want to go there? No. Why? You will become mad if you go there. Correct? Bas, like that only. See, go to park and be mad. Go to park and be mad. It is nice, yeah. What's your problem, yeah? Now they are like, how like this? I'll show. See, wait. Let us see if it is actually this or not. See, G stands for going concern. O stands for opinion. T stands for title. O, other reporting responsibility. P stands for place of sign. A stands for addressee. K stands for key audit matters. And what is this and for? This and is for Signature. See? It's so cool. It's so cool. It is so rude, yeah. Who has so much creativity on earth, yeah? You are rude. Don't talk to me, yeah. It stands for that signature. That and is so cool signature thing, yeah. Trust me, you will never forget this. Your entire auditing portion will get finished, but trust me, you'll never forget this nonsense signature. It is heights of nonsense. I know. But it's heights of creativity also, yeah. Your head does not work. What will I do, yeah? On it. वही ना yeah. It's so cool. Huh. B is basis. This E is silent. Just like I is silent in somebody's name. Uh, like that only. Here E is also silent. See, it's small now. Then M stands for management's responsibility, A stands for auditor's responsibility, and D stands for date. Finished. All goals. All goals. Now listen. Oi. In examination, they will ask you two types of questions here. Hear carefully. English now. One, mention the basic elements. Second, explain the basic elements. When they just tell you mention, you just have to mention. You don't have to elaborate. But I hope guys, if they ask you explain the basic elements, then you have to give the headings of every and then explain also in brief. I hope you followed. Okay. What I want you all to do is, first you copy this, finish this first. Go to the key chart, update the key chart, go to park and be mad. It's nice, yeah. Huh. I know, yeah, OVL. See, no. Huh. There has to be some way to learn so much here. So much, how will anybody remember? Yeah, that's the problem. I'm not doubting your brain because I know it. अरे अरे यार you तो यार some people are like गजब बेइज्जती है यार तो चालू भी नहीं किया यार ना LFAR LFAR long form audit report LFAR that I will not explain up till now because that comes in audit of banks. That also is a small chapter, audit of banks. One day chapter. Only this chapter is big. Then chapter number 13 is big. Audit of different types of entities. Apart from that, all of them are same day chapters. Biggest chapters are chapter number 4, which is after this, internal control. Then chapter number 13 is big. Company audit is big. Chapter number 3 is big because it has various standards on auditing. Page number was Shweta 346. That peoples have told me. I know rights on loans. You please confirms and writes. Danya. They're like, shut up. Okay. Okay, I just shut up. Now, Danya. It has been 3 seconds that you have shut up. That is the maximum you can shut up. Yeah. Difficult. Why? Yeah. Inherent limitation. Yeah. They're like, we will mute you. Sorry. So rude, yeah. You will mute me, it seems, yeah. Mahalakshmi, you thought that, no? Mahalakshmi. Maha is telling, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Bus, yeah, Danesh, like that only, yeah. What if someone pays you a crore to shut? Oh, definitely I will. Crore is a good amount of rupee. I'll definitely shut up. I'll shut up for 1 day extra for them. 1 day bonus from me. Trust me, because I'll fill up my mouth with money. See? You gotta fill up the mouth with something, no, to shut up. अरे यार money, you told money. अरे 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 यार अरे यार you are like heights, yeah. I did not say anything, yeah. Don't look at me like that, yeah. Hey, you told 1 crore, so I was like, 1 crore in the mouth like that, yeah. अरे यार श्री यार, बोलता है then keep food besides you so that you shut up. I don't eat during lectures, yeah. You have seen me? No, yeah. I don't eat and drink like that, just water, etc. We are very professional in behavior. Exactly. So rude. I told we are professional in behavior and look at you. I'm not professional. Huh? That's so rude. That's so rude, man. Just because I give you certain keys, etc., like this, and teach you the subject in such a way, you people just tell that I'm not professional in a manner. That's very rude. Huh. Huh. Come on, Yadanya. See now at the end what I've written. See the note. If in the exam they only ask you to mention, then write as above, that is without elaboration. However, if they ask you to explain, then you'll have to elaborate, and for elaborate, you'll have to have page numbers. Page numbers you'll have to tell me, boss. Because obviously for me, though, they have given me traditional books, historical books of accounts. Page number 342 to 345 as per some reliable sources. Please confirm. 342 to 345. Come on, write this much, then I'll make you mark. Then I'll have to read that, and then we go to the last two, and thereafter get lost. Thanks for coming. Huh. Not professional, it seems. Huh. I'll leave you at 1 o'clock itself. I'll be professional now. Huh. Wait, no, wait. I'll show you how professionalism is. Wait, I'm not professional. I'll become a professional now. Wait, just wait there. You've just put the axe on your dash feet, which is there, and cut both of it. Feet, yeah, feet. I told, yeah. I told feet, yeah. I told. It's in the recording. Go check. If it is anything else, no, I'll resign. Go check. I told you put. Come on, fast, yeah. Something is wrong with you here today. What has happened here? There's something is wrong with you today. Are something is wrong with me. I just got up early in the morning here today, 5:30. Maybe that's wrong. Other than every day get up like that. No. Hey, na, handwriting is good. Na. See? Huh. And they're telling I'm not professional. Huh. Just because I give you non-sensitive keys, I don't become a professional. What a way, what a benchmark to judge anybody. Huh. Someone like telling, is it your handwriting? No. Now that's being professional. See? Honesty. This is not mine, but then my handwriting is also good. No, so rude. Don't talk to me, yeah. So rude, yeah. You're roasting me like this. Huh. Dania, come, textbook. No? What are you doing here? What are you doing? What time pass are you doing here? Huh? What has happened to you here today? Page number 124. Yeah, I already kept the markings ready now. 124. Thanks for coming. Okay, see. Oi. In this, that basic you write down, basic elements. That word basic is missing. This comes in the examination for 6 to 8 marks. Kabhi, kabhi, sometimes 6 marks, sometimes 8. 8 mark ke liye. Come on, now mark it, read it. Don't just mark it, yeah, read it also, yeah. Because you will have to write, no. Hmm. Oh, yes, yes, I'm a practicing chartered accountant, yeah. Can't be a. Do I talk to clients like this? No. Few of them. What's up? Like that. And they're like, okay. New clients, so definitely no. Over a period of time, they realize, oh my god, what a dash he is. Yeah. I mean, that's okay. Danya, minimum audit fees, it seems, yeah. Lakh of rupees. Someone like, bus, that's it? A lakh of rupees? That is what you work for one client. Yeah, that we did not realize. Are you asked minimum audit fees. You did not ask how much, right? You're like, now we're asking how much. Come on, tell. No. Come on, tell ya. No. Come on, ya, tell ya. What's there to hide ya? No. Danya, I hope you are reading, huh? Auditor's opinion, I told you. You have to write the name of the company that you are auditing, the period that you are auditing, state that you are auditing, and give the headings properly. That is P&L, balance sheet, financial statements, cash flow statements. Exactly. Professionalism, no confidentiality. You told no professional, be professional. You doubted my professionalism. How dare you? Huh. Any client bribed you till date to alter reports? We are on recording. I hope you followed. I have not answered anything. Yeah, so rude. If that means anything. I don't know what are you talking about. What the hell are you talking about, man? Hmm. Like recording can be paused. Pause and tell us everything. Shut up and read everything. You're more interested in Rahul Mehta than the subject of Rahul Mehta. Exactly. Be interested there, no? Huh. Police, no, but sometimes there have been raids on the client. The client that we audit, sometimes there are raids. I don't know, somebody tipped the info. So then the income tax department comes for raids. Then whenever that raid happens, you have to be wherever you are. You have to then not go till they tell. You have to give all the information. They seize everything first, including all the people who are there. Customers also slowly and steadily they are allowed to get outside the office, outside the shop. So many things like this happen. Then they call you for questioning. Then there is cross questioning. It's like proper like an investigation thing which happens in movies that you see now, that they ask you questions like that. It happens in reality. Each statement title means what? PNL, then PNL. Give the heading. Statement showing profit or loss. If it is balance sheet, then give the heading properly. Balance sheet for the financial year. Cash flow statement, then cash flow statement. Like that. Give the heading properly. And NTA is basically notes to accounts. Come on, yeah, it is not that difficult. IT rates are definitely cool, but not cool when you're on the receiving end. Definitely cool if you are like on the spectator end. If you or your client is on the receiving end, then it's a problematic situation. Then we try to bail out the client and ask for more money. What else you do? Yeah. There are so many chartered accountants who are very like unethical in their works also, where they tip off the IT department for having a raid done at their client place. In fact, I have seen people like that also. In fact, I have seen IT department people ask us to give clients to them to raid. So if there is an income tax officer calls me and asks me, Rahul, do you have any client where we should raid? 2% yours. As simple, as blunt as that. So if they get anything worth rupees say 2 crores, which is illegal or which is not accounted for in the books of accounts, 2% of that 2 crores comes to me. It's as simple as that. Like that. So they ask us for clients that we give them clients. And obviously it is our clients. So obviously we should not tell our clients nothing that we have told income tax department, oh, like this raid is going to happen. No, because if we tell like that, they will obviously do all the things where they can hide everything. Then I will not get my 2%. No. Exactly. So I will not tell my client, but then that becomes very unethical and unprofessional, no? So we don't do it. Okay. Yeah. Come on. Now mark. Huh. Why is key audit matters not marked? Because anyways, there is a short note on that, which we are going to do later. Come on, mark the other things. Yeah. I hope you are reading also along with it, please. But then yeah, things happen like that. Form. Yeah, they ask you like that only on face bloody. But 2%? How 2%, 3%? Come on, yeah. Give no, give client no. Like yeah, you find yourself. Sometimes after the client does not give you the fees, now you certainly feel that I should have given that client name in the first place. And that client only does not give the fees on time. Dash. You can make too much money doing all this things, rather than doing normal practice. Obviously, this comes in as a part of practicing only, chartered accountancy. But then these are like collateral things which come along with it. Wait, I'll do this 2-page view now. Why chumma time percent? See? So cool. So cool. Are you able to see? Or no? And what is so cool about it? Okay. Now is it okay? Okay. Lakshya, I'll tell you later. Will come. By the way, auditor's responsibility, if you just check in point 1, is to obtain reasonable assurance, huh? Not absolute. 100% assurance he cannot anyways obtain. No. If you people are aware, what is the name of the chapter? It is audit, name of the subject, in fact. Auditing and assurance. Now, when I say auditing and assurance, they are not two different things. Hello. Some people feel, auditing will get asked for 50 marks, assurance will get asked for 50 marks. Auditing is done to give assurance only. So auditor's responsibility is what? To obtain reasonable assurance, whether he has obtained all the information or not. And secondly, to issue auditor's report. That is only his responsibility. Obviously, above he has written the responsibility of the management, that it is management's responsibility to make the financial statements, not our responsibility. Management's responsibility to make the internal control system, not our responsibility. Because I've told you, everything will be done by the management, checked by the auditor. Normally, I've seen they don't ask you to elaborate. They ask you basically to mention. So that's a good part. And obviously, even if they ask you everything to mention, you already know. Go to park and be mad. I hope you updated the key chart. If you haven't, please go to the key chart and update. Yeah, आजकल काफी सिंसियर सी हो गई तू. कैसे भूल से नहीं देखो हाँ. And then you have this part. Wait, now I'll show you the other page only. Single page, please. Oops, oops. Why is this turning like this here? World is turning upside down here. अरे यार, something is wrong today. I'm telling you. पहले से ऐसा लगता है देखो. Caro or LFAR. अरे how many times will I tell LFAR? Yeah. Why don't you hear it for once? Yeah. Caro or LFAR. Yeah. You're so dash irritating. Huh? It came to your ears, no? Huh? Your mind processed it, no? That is how your mind is. See? See? And you're telling me, I am like that. I बोलता तू तो बचपन से होगा थोड़ा सा. Come on, yeah, done, yeah. We have to do 2 questions, yeah. Then nothing to be done. Ignore. Lakshay, as simple as that. Outside my scope, obviously, I am not interested. Some are telling me thanks for coming. We have 2 small questions here. They are not that big enough. Yeah, your wish. If you want, you may do so. Some are like you're lefty. Oh my god, you did not realize that up till now. क्या यार. Dania. Okay, come on. Let's go ahead. Now, if you people remember, when I started with the chapter, I told you this chapter has these standards which are there. Obviously, 710 we are going to do later, but others we have to do. How many standards remain? 2. One is 706, another is 701. To an extent, both of them are similar. So just pay attention. Now listen carefully. Now, when you people talk about SA706, what is this on? SA706 is on 2 paras. How to remember? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. See, 2 paras, 6 letters, 6. 8. Okay, now I'll not give you any way to remember anything. Wait. I'll not. I gave no. Some people are like, oh shit, what is this? Oh shit, we have to go through this. Oh my god, what we have done? Arre, so rude, yeah. FRN is form registration number. Yeah. FRN was there, no, in that last part. FRN is form registration number. Hey, it is nice, yeah. 2 paras, 6 letters. What's your problem, yeah? Now listen carefully. When you So Malay, now it has crossed limits. Your nonsense has crossed limits. No, yeah, I've just started, yeah. We are just through with few chapters, yeah. Let me take it to listen. When you talk about nothing but SA 7062 paragraphs, these two paragraphs are optional paragraphs. These two paragraphs are additional paragraphs. It means this will come only if the auditor thinks necessary. That also only if is there in auditor's professional judgment necessary. If the auditor does not feel it is necessary, these two paragraphs will not come. Acha, so are they compulsory paragraphs? No. Are they optional paragraphs? Yes. It will always come? No. It may or may not come? Yes. Now, which two paragraphs are there? Listen carefully. One is known as emphasis of matter paragraph. Oh my God, what a name. And other is known as, other is nice, other matters paragraph. Uh, So one is emphasis of matter, other is other matter. When you talk about emphasis of matter, in short, E-om para. And the other one is om para. So how many paras are there? Two. One is E-om para. And the other is om para. Are at least you tell it loud, no? They're sitting there. People in the house should nothing but hear carefully what is happening. And they should wonder what the hell is going on, auditing or yoga classes. So tell properly. First is E O para. And the other one is O para. Correct. Now one by one. First is E O para. So irritating it sounds, yeah. So nice also. Listen. Now when I talk about Eom para, what is Eom para? Hear carefully. Simple, yeah. If there is any matter which is related to the financial statements, but it does not have an impact on the auditor's opinion. It means whether that matter is there or not there, my opinion is not going to get impacted. So whatever opinion I have made will remain the same, even if this matter is there or not there. Okay. But still I want to report this matter to the shareholders. Then in my auditor's report, I will include one para, which will be known as which para? EO para. Wait, understand again what I've written. If there is any matter which is related to the financial statements for which there is no impact on the auditor's opinion, still you want to report it to the shareholders, then you will include one more para, which is known as EO para. Take an example. Say for a simple example, say provisioning. Now hear carefully. Say for a simple example, I was checking the financial statements and I came to know that there is one case which is also pending against the company and there are high chances company may lose. If there are high chances that the company may lose the case, use common sense. Can I say there is a high chance company in the near future will have to pay some damages? So can I say it is always better to make a provision for that material foreseeable loss? Now that provision was not made. Wait, can I say after all provisions are estimates? Can I say estimates obviously depends from person to person? For a simple example, if I tell you tomorrow onwards, okay, there is nothing but lockdown, how much money you will require is an estimate, no, in the lockdown. So how much money will be there for securing nothing but the short-term future? So that is an estimate. Your estimate, my estimate may be different. Agreed? Because it is not actual. Now, management think not required. I think required. Think and answer. Do we have any problem? Yes. Now, in that scenario, if I just want to make this information available to the shareholders, that shareholders, according to us, provision should be made, but it is not made by the management. It means I hope that there is a difference of opinion. There is a reservation. If I want the management, if I want the shareholders to know this, how will I tell to the shareholders? I will include one paragraph in my report. And what heading will I give? Heading emphasis of matter. And then I will write the provision according to us, which should have been made, is not made by the management. All cool? Wait, what does this do then? Very simple. It basically just brings transparency. It brings transparency in an audit. It means you are basically giving information to nothing but I hope the shareholders of what is happening inside the organization when audit is going on. All cool? Okay. On the other hand, when you talk about other matters, come on, help me, okay? If there is any matter, but which is not related to the financial statements, again, which does not have an impact on the auditor's opinion, still I want to report this matter to the shareholders. Then I will include one para, which will be known as which para? Para. Wait, what is the difference that you found? Both of them seem same only. There is one difference. Correct. If you people check, this is the difference. See? If you check, your EOM para is related to the FS, whereas your OM para is not related to the FS. Let us take an example. Say for a simple example, ICS. Say ICS of the company is very weak, like you. So in that scenario, ultimately, I hope realize you told to the management, ICS is very weak. Updated, no? What are you doing, dash? Management did not update it. So ultimately, can I say they have an unupdated, outdated ICS? In that scenario, ultimately, I hope realize you are telling again and again them to update it. They are not doing. So now you are tired of telling to them. So now ultimately, you will tell it to the shareholders only. So shareholders may take certain action if in the AGM. So eventually, now if I want this information to go to the shareholders, how will I tell? I'll call them. I'll take them on Zoom. No. So ultimately, what will I do? Ultimately, I will add one para in my report, which is known as which para? Para. What heading will I give? Other matters. And then I will tell the ICS of the company has not been updated, and therefore ultimately it is not performing the procedures as it had to perform. And they will come to know about that additional information. One more example. Say management is delaying in giving me information. Means I'm the auditor. I'm again and again asking for information. Management, batao. Management, batao. You're not batawing. They are taking too much time to batao. If you take too much time to batao, can I say it takes too much time to finish audit? So ultimately, sometimes the shareholders are very unhappy. Why so much time is taking to get audited? Actually, the reason is management's delay, not me. They are not giving me info. So I will tell it to the shareholders. How will I tell? In my auditor's report, I will include a para, which will be which para? Other matters. And I will write the information which is requested from the management always takes more time than what it should normally, and therefore the auditing is taking too much time. I hope you followed. Wait, what will this do? Nothing. It will just bring, that is only the objective, transparency, more information of whatever you people are doing during an audit. By the way, management just delayed in giving me information. Will it have an impact on my opinion? No. Provision is just an estimate. It can be different. Will it have an impact on my opinion? No. ICS ultimate, I have to give an opinion on the financial statements. That ICS, will it have an impact on my opinion? No. It means all these paras which are there in 706, those matters which are there, both the matters, do they have an impact on the auditor's opinion? No. I hope you followed. Okay. See, auditor's report. Next question that we have. Which matters do not affect the auditor's opinion? It is covered by SS 706. Two paras. Additional or optional paragraphs. One is EOM para, other is other matters. Matter. This is the difference after all. Okay. Thereafter, if you people appreciate, this too is similarity. It does not have an impact on the auditor's opinion. Obviously, you want to tell it to shareholders, you include a para, which is known as EOM para. You include a para known as OM para. Example provision, example ICS or the management. Note. For short notes that I'll tell you later. All cools? Come on, finish this much. Finally. Finally, the two pages have come together. Whitener is so cool, yeah. I know. Some whiteners are very hard, yeah. It never comes out. I like that paintbrush whitener. It's fine. Page 347, people are telling us. We can finish, I think, sometime before also, yeah. But we will do one standard on auditing in that time. What do you say? If we finish like 10, 12 minutes before, we can do one standard on auditing. Huh? No. Some people are like, no, it's okay. Not required. Thanks for coming. It's so rude. You tell to others like this, huh? Leave us early, huh? Don't do. You tell everybody like this, huh? And everybody does not leave you early. Exactly, no? Huh? See? Huh. I have to be professional, yeah. To finish at 1 p.m. Wait, I'll show you. Danya, Danya, Danya. At the end, just remind me. I have to give you one homework. The homework, you and will give us. Yeah, I can. Page 347. Just text. People's tells. Okay. Copied this much. Come to the textbook, please. In the textbook, what I want you all to do is see. This is your page number, whatever 347 that you told. You have emphasis of matter and other matter, but I'll show you from here only, which I've already marked so that I don't have to mark it. See, firstly, if when I say if, it is optional. So if it is necessary to draw the user's attention, which is presented and disclosed in the financial statements, then auditors, for the understanding of the users, that is shareholders basically, the interested parties, auditors shall include emphasis of matter paragraph. Auditor is not required to modify the opinion. This I will explain you later, this part, today only. Okay, don't worry. Acha, then how to draft the EOM para? See, in the auditor's report, you have to have a separate section. You give the heading as emphasis of matter. Normally, when does it come? I'll tell you that also. In the report, it comes after opinion paragraph. Once opinion paragraph ends, na, EOM para comes. And after EOM para goes, na, then OM para comes. Obviously, this both can be there. One can be there or none can be there. All the permutations and combinations are possible because these are optional paragraphs. I hope you followed. So see. Then drafting is very simple. I hope a separate section. You have to have a clear reference of the matter that you are emphasizing. Simple example, in my example, it was provisions. Thereafter, it can be found in the financial statements because it is related to the financial statements, and auditor's opinion is not modified in respect of this matter. When you talk about OM para, again, if the auditors consider necessary, so it is optional to communicate matter other than those which are presented in the financial statements. When I say other than that, so can I say it is not related to FS? Correct. Then in the auditor's judgment is necessary for users understanding, audit shall include other matters. It should not be prohibited by any law or regulation. You don't have to give any insider information to the shareholders. You have to maintain confidentiality. Hello. You have to give only that information which relates to audit. You don't have to give any other information which is like insider information. Like ultimately the management is going to issue so and so number of shares in the future. That ultimately let the management do. If they are allowed, you are not allowed to do, because ultimately you have the clause of confidentiality. You don't have to tell that ultimately I hope realize whether the prices are going to go up, they are going to go down, they are going to diversify, they are going to merge. You don't have to tell anything of that sorts. Ultimately you just have to tell anything related to audit if you people have. And this point again, I'll just tell you later, this point. Drafting the home para is again simple, where you have to tell other matters, separate section, other matters. And this point I will tell you shortly. So 3 points I will tell you shortly, small points. Done markings, everybody? Shall I go ahead? Okay. Now the last thing which we people have is the new standard on auditing, which was introduced by ICAI 701. SA 701 is a new standard which is on key audit matters, in shortly known as KAM, KAM, key audit matters. Now, this key audit matters is only applicable to listed companies or as told by any laws and regulations. When I say laws and regulations, you may say any statutory or legal requirement also. So if it is specified by any other law or regulation, then it is applicable, else not applicable. When I say law or regulation, in other words, I hope it has to be notified. It has to be notified by the Ministry of Corporate Affairs that apart from listed companies, SS 701 is also applicable to nothing but so and so companies. Only then it becomes applicable to those companies. Else by default, it is only applicable for listed companies. Now, what are key audit matters? Whatever the auditor thinks in his professional judgment is of significance for the users to know. Users basically main shareholders. Then ultimately the auditor will tell those matters to whom? Shareholders. Why? To bring transparency. What? Hey, wait, yeah. This seems similar to something, yeah. Can I say it is very similar to 706? In fact, 701 is a substitute. Oops, where is it going? Repeating, 701 is a substitute to SA 706. Now, hear carefully what I'm telling you. If there is any matter which he will mention under key audit matters, under SA 701, that same matter he should not write in 706. It means auditor has an option either to write in 706 or to write in 701. But obviously, auditor of a listed company, if you are not an auditor of a listed company, 701 is not applicable only to you. Then you have only 706. And in that also bifurcation. If it is related to FS, EOM para, not related to FS, then OM para. But when you are auditor of a listed company, and if you write something as a key audit matter, because you think that is more important, it's a key audit matter, very important, then you write in 701. But that same matter should not appear in 706. I hope you followed. Okay, now wait, huh? Where did it go? See, I told you those three things I will tell you later, no? Just have a look once. See 3.1.2. When SS 701 applies, the matter means which matter? In this emphasis of matter, has not been determined to be a key audit matter to be communicated in auditor's report. So what is a key audit matter also cannot be a matter of emphasis of matter. I hope you followed. Same goes with OM also. Check 3.2.2. When SS 701 applies, the matter has not been determined as a key audit matter to be communicated in auditor's report. So what is the matter in other matters cannot be the same matter in key matters. So either there or here. So many matters here. You have to be careful when you're speaking, it seems. Acha, can I say it is a substitute? Have a look at 3.3. Emphasis of matter and other matters paragraph can be substituted by key audit matters. I hope you followed. Last thing, listen. Then you write whatever you want. Last thing which is of primary importance is your key audit matters is not. Four things. Important word is not a substitute for disclosures. This is common sense. Hello. You understand the meaning of it? Obviously, if the auditor is adding a certain matter in key audit matters, that does not mean whatever disclosures the company has to make in the financial statements, they will not make. Disclosures have to be made, and then key audit matters, if you want, you give. So basically, that does not mean that if you give a key audit matter, it is a substitute for disclosures. Can I say it is an addition? It is not a substitute. Okay, second, it is not a substitute for going concern. common sense, yeah. If you people appreciate, just check in the auditor's report. Hello, he has to tell about going concern separately, no? Now use common sense. Key audit matters is separate, no? Now, if that dash auditor talks about going concern in key matters, is it okay if you don't write going concern separately? No. Going concern has to be written separately. Key audit matters are to be given separately. You cannot tell if I give key audit matter, I will not give going concern. I hope you followed. Okay, next. It is not a substitute for modified opinion. Ayo. When do you give modified opinion? In two situations. When there are material misstatements and when there is no say. You should be very thorough now. Now, when I say there are material misstatements, so I am writing information in key audit matter. There are so many material misstatements and I don't modify the opinion. Is it okay? No. Arey Baba, what has to be modified has to be modified. Just by writing here, that does not mean you will not give a modified opinion. I hope you followed. And lastly, it is not a separate opinion. Wait, key audit matter is an opinion. If you people appreciate, just check. Opinion is separate, no? Key audit matter is separate, no? Is key audit matters opinion 2.0? No. I am just talking about certain information. I am just talking about a certain matter. I am never giving any opinion. Opinion, whatever I want to give, I will give separate here. See, ultimately that I will not include in key audit matters. So key audit matters is not four things. One, not a substitute for disclosures, not a going concern substitute, not a substitute for modified opinion, and it is not a separate opinion. I hope you followed. This gets asked in the examination for 2 to 4 marks. 2 marks as correct or incorrect. Key audit matters is a substitute for going concern. Incorrect. Key audit matters is not a substitute for going concern. That word not is important. If you forget not, you are gone. All cools? All cools. By the way, how will the auditor decide a matter is a key matter? How will the auditor decide that a matter is a key matter? How will he decide? This is key. This is important. Can I say there will be certain factors? One factor, when the risk of material misstatement is high. If you people appreciate, if I feel that the risk of that particular misstatement is high, just like if you people remember confirmation, hello, external confirmation 505. If I think that particular party is fraud, then the risk of material misstatement is high. Then accordingly, I will go for positive confirmation. So accordingly, if I feel that in a particular area, the risk of material misstatement is high, like ICS is very weak, so that is a key area, then I will tell that as a key audit matter. Achha. Similarly, some significant events or transactions. Some transactions which are non-cash transactions. Say ultimately the company has given nothing but I hope realize some land to the director. Ultimately they have not given any cash, but they have given some land and they have now had that in the name of the director. Can I say such type of non-cash transaction also has an important thing for the shareholders to consider? So ultimately that will become a key audit matter. You understand what I'm telling? So how will the auditor decide a matter is a key matter? Firstly, so obviously that depends upon his professional judgment. That is always there. Because what is key matter for me may not be key matter for you. I told you initially only. It is auditor's professional judgment. What he feels significant. Even here, I hoperize any matter which I think of auditor's professional judgment is necessary to convey. I hope you're following. Okay, see, have a look. Where did it go? Now I'll make it a single page. This we have finished already. See, key audit matters. Have a look. This is basically your question. Number 3 is not required. This is your answer. It is given by SA 701 new standard only for listed companies or as required by law or regulation. Okay. What is the objective? Objective is to bring transparency in the audit. Which matter? If matter is of auditor's judgment significant. Key audit matters is not is important. Substitute for disclosures, substitute for modified opinion, substitute for going concern, not a separate opinion. But then it is a substitute for what? It is actually a substitute for SA 706 paras. Come on here, I hope you followed. Because that's it. Yeah. Apart from this, there's nothing in the chapter. Chapter is done. Thanks for coming. It is. I mean, I'm going in a while. I mean, some people are some people are like, ah, get lost. Remind me to tell you that homework thing, yeah. Page number 348 as per some reliable sources. But is only 348? Single page or some other pages, two pages it is swelled across? Two pages, 348 and 349 then. Okay. Dania, come to the textbooks, please. What to say? Key audit matters, I told you, comes in the exam for correct, incorrect question or 4 marks short note. This A and B cross that I've done in 4.2, that you don't have to mark, okay? Because that is the same thing which is there in 4.1. Tomorrow also we have 10 to 1 only. Tomorrow chapter 4, risk assessment and internal control. In that we are going to do internal control. This is a nice chapter. Today only one, tomorrow many. Tomorrow probably 3. Someone like today only one key you give. So rude. I come here to give keys or I come here to explain something, yeah? And that also when I gave go to park and be mad, you were like, what a key. So rude. Now see, not a substitute important at the end. See, there is factors to be determining in key audit matters. The risk of material misstatement, which auditor feels which is necessary, and some events and transactions which he feels are significant. Dania, अब क्या करेगा उसके बाद फिर she that she just multiplied by n. Hey Dania, marked ya. After that there is 710, but that I'll do later. Please show the written part of 70. It's the same thing, yeah. You don't trust me? No, no trust issues. There is no assurance in the sir only, yeah. So rude. Yeah. Not this one. Oh, this one. These and these are so different. See? Dash. Same only, no? Then also show this and show that, it seems. Why do you take me on tour like this, yeah? Because traveling is banned. So you take me on tour, yeah? Let's go from one place to another. Oh, come on. Huh? What 706? Don't talk to me. Hana yaar, Rishabh, even I thought, yeah. Now listen, oi, just come to the textbook. Let us see what all is done and what all is pending. Dance, 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 dance. Have a look, have a look, have a look. Look, look, look. Have a look, look, look. At the beginning comes. Have we done SA 700? Yes. Have we done conclusions evaluations? Yes. Basic elements? Yes. Go to park and be mad. In fact, for you, it should be go to park, be brackets more mad. Thereafter, we have modification this 3. Oh, yes. Thereafter, after 706 emphasis para, oh, done. Om para, oh, done. Key audit matters, oh, done. 710 pending. You write down later. Because that is related to 510. When I do 510, I will tell you. After that, oops. Can I say that is the end of the chapter? Can I say thanks for coming, but not before revising? Not entire. Only this chart. This is important. Can I say opinion depends on? Say you obtained, say not obtained. Say you obtained, you check the effects of uncorrected misstatements. Say not obtained, you check the possible effects of undetected misstatements. Then you check the materiality effect. If it is immaterial, clean. If it is material, then You have to check material and pervasive, material but not pervasive. Material and pervasive, adverse. Shut up. Material but not pervasive, then qualified. On the other hand, the possible effects, correct. Two options. Material and pervasive, disclaimer. Material but not pervasive, qualified. What is pervasive? Major effect on the financial statements. Obviously, that depends upon the auditor's professional judgment. The homework that is there basically is this chart should be very thorough. Okay, so you people just nothing but do this chart, practice this chart 5 times. Take a foolscap paper on that, basically on one side 3 times, on the other side 2 times, 5 times. Ultimately, this chart should be nothing but pin perfect. You have to know word by word whatever is nothing but the chart. All cools? All cools. Bas, that's it. Go enjoy your lunch. Sleep thereafter. Homework I told na. This chart 5 times. Which key? Yeah, key audit matters. Cutoff date is balance sheet date. Yeah, cutoff date is what? Balance sheet date only. No. Yes, Sweta. What happened? Yeah.
Sir, good afternoon, sir.
Hi, ma'am.
Sir, in SA 701, it was told that if it is disclosed in 701, need not be disclosed as a separate paragraph under 706.
Correct.
Am I right, sir? So it is simply that need not be disclosed twice.
Correct. What comes
Ah.
in key audit matter should not come in 706.
Okay, sir. If it is not of a significant matter,
It
we
can
can
come.
directly
Go
706.
706. Yeah, yeah. Can go.
Okay, sir. That's it. Thank you so much, sir.
No
Thank you.
problems. Yeah.